Regrets, like I said, some of the regrets that I've had, some things I've done in life that I'm not pleased. And like I said before, in my life, my grandmother and grandfather probably wouldn't be pleased with some of the things I've done. But I do regret that I didn't come into the ministry sooner. But I was doing what I thought I wanted to do in life. I thought it was about me, okay? And I do regret I don't regret having my children, believe me. But I do regret not doing, getting married first and having children. But I just feel like sometimes that's just the way it is. But I do, those are some of the things I regret. But other than that, I feel like I've had a great life. I've learned from my experiences, and I thank God for bringing me out of some of those things.
Thank you. So, as you guys know, I have talked to Pastor Aaron about a week ago. He had a good interview, but I think Pastor Jeanine's interview is a little bit better. It's more entertaining. Not saying that Pastor Aaron is not entertaining, but she's more down to earth, and she does show the human side of that. If you were to meet her, you would never think that she was a pastor, until you talk to her and the things that she would discuss with you. So, with that said, could you tell us how you met Pastor Aaron?
I met Pastor Aaron when I was on vacation coming to Philly. Like I said, I'm from North Carolina, and my family and I were up here visiting our family that lives in Philly. And my cousin said they wanted to take me to a beef and beer. I was like, okay, I don't think I should go. No, we're going. So we went to the beef and beer, and there we met. We seen Pastor Aaron and his friends. And we were looking at him, and they were looking at, and I were like, oh my gosh, look at the little short guy over there. He's going to come over here and ask me to dance. And my cousin said, that's okay, dance, because they'll buy us drinks, So they did. And so we talked, and I gave him my cousin's number, and he kept calling the next day. We had gone shopping, and she said, Jeanine, call this guy. He keeps calling. I was like, I don't even know him. She said, call him. I feel good about this guy. Said, I think he's going to be your husband. And I was like, what are you talking about? So I called Aaron at the time, and we went out, and we had dinner, and we talked, and we exchanged stories of our past relationships, and they were very similar. And so when I left, we exchanged numbers again. We called each other back and forth. I came back up. He came down. We went back and forth. So somebody had to move. And like I said before, I was a meter reader in Black Mountain, and so I knew a lot of people. And there was an elderly gentleman I used to talk to all the time. I guess he was around 75, 80. And I told him, I said, listen, there's this guy that I'm in, we're in love, and we're going to one day get married, but we're not married right now, but he wants me to move to Philadelphia. And he told me, he says, sometimes in life, things only come around one time. I said, but we're not married yet. He said, it's okay. God is going to arrange that. And so we moved. We packed up the dog, the children, the car, and everything, and we came home from North Carolina to Pennsylvania. The children got along well. We got along well. And so we've been here. Aaron, I've been married 20 years, going on 21 years. So that's basically how we met. And I know he's my soulmate because I know God put us together.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So that's not the story I heard.
What Pastor Aaron told you?
He just told me that at love at first sight, he seen you fell head over heels for him, and that was all it took, Yeah. I thought he was going to tell me some caveman story that he knocked you in the head and dragged you away and kept you, But that's beautiful. Congratulations on the 21 years.
Thank you.
That is so beautiful. So, is there anything that you would, well, no, let me ask you this. For, you mentor women, you mentor young girls, you mentor young adults, female adults, and male adults. So is there anything that you would like to tell them to, like, if there's one thing that you can instill in them, what would that be to help them to continue their life, to help them to grow, and help them to be productive people in society?
Well, first to the young women, I would tell them to respect themselves, love themselves, and to take care of themselves. And it's the way you walk, talk, dress, everything about yourself. Love yourself first, and make sure that you are respecting others too, and make sure you have a mentor. And as for the young men, like I said, I know that a lot of our young men, they are bright young men, but they just don't have godly men or manly men to teach them to be men. So I would tell the young men, I would encourage them to find a man that they look up to in their lives, that will direct them and help them and encourage them to go on and do something with their lives instead of staying on the street corner or just settle for just a little of nothing.
Thank you very much. Well, as I said, this has been a great interview, and I appreciate that you allowed us to interview you on the Neighbors Podcast. And the Neighbors Podcast is always going to be doing stuff like this. This is what we do. Who's going to tell us about our neighborhoods if we don't? So that's our job. That's our motto, and that's our mission. We want to make sure that you guys can get everything that you can, and we basically want to make sure that the unsung hero has a voice. People that are very strong and pillars in their communities, people that are always out there to help everyone, and just to, these people that that are in your neighborhoods, and we just nobody talks about them, So I really appreciate your time, and I really appreciate this interview. And if there is anything else that you'd like to say before we go?
Well, I'm just going to tell everyone, take care of yourself. Love yourself, be yourself. And when you love yourself and be yourself and allow God to direct your life will be great. So just remember to love each other and take care of each other.
Well said. Thank you. So you guys have been listening to the Neighbors Podcast. We're available on all platforms. Listen to us daily and weekly. Thank you, guys. God bless. Have a good one.
You are the agent and we look for change. You conquered the pressure and you did not fall, but you are a diamond and worth more than gold.